This one claimed to have neutral undertones, but feels a little warm on me because I'm very cool. Not in a conventional sense, just in the undertone sense. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you, and you is sweet of both of you. Well, you know what? Regardless, it's a joy, a thrill, a pleasure to have Bertram here. Bert, you haven't been on camera for one of my videos in quite some time. Do you care to tell us what that's about? No, he does not care to tell us what that's about, and that's his business, and I'm not going to press him any further. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to find out what Bert's been up to, and if that is why you clicked on the video, he's been sleeping a lot, having a lot of treats, spending a lot of time snuggling up with mom and dad. He's such a good boy. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in me doing a full face of drugstore makeup. I should acknowledge the elephant in the room. I've been gone for a week. I took a week off from YouTube last week because, as I said in that community post, I was just feeling a little uninspired. I was sitting there like, what do I make a video about? I don't know. I'm out of ideas at this point. So I do think sometimes it's good to take a step back and, you know, give it a little space so you can get some fresh ideas in here. And you guys gave me so many good ideas on that community post. And today's video idea is actually one of your ideas. So shout out to Becca S, who said that they would love to see any video with drugstore makeup and all affordable makeup content. So thank you so much, Becca. That was super sweet of you. I'm so excited. Oh no, where are you going, Bert? I'm so excited to show you a bunch of drugstore goodies. I've got some old favorites, I've got some new favorites, some not new makeup, a makeup that I haven't used on my channel yet before. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of exciting drugstore products today. And when I say drugstore, I truly mean drugstore, like all brands that you can buy at CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart. Like, I'm not talking about the affordable section at Ulta. We're talking about drugstore makeup. We're talking about e.l.f. We're talking about Maybelline. We're talking about NYX. We have some great drugstore makeup products to get into today, so let's just get into it. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see me put on a full face of drugstore makeup, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, so let's start with the eyes. I've got a lot of really fun purple eye products to play with here today. This is pink and blue. I'm gonna mix them together and we're gonna make purple, and as is with the title of this video, they're all drugstore. So let's start off with my e.l.f. eyeliner pots. This is from the e.l.f. Game Up collection. They're the I Win eyeliner pots, and these are so cool because they're probably the most viscous, that's not the right word, the most emulsified, that's not the right word either, the creamiest. Yes, these are the creamiest like pot eyeliners I've ever used. I'm mostly using this shade because it looks pink, but it honestly shows up more purple. I can't tell if that's because I've accidentally mixed some blue in there though, so the blue is on standby just in case I need her. The blue shade is called Lag and the pink shade is called Good Game. These are all like gaming themed products, and I kind of just want to apply this with my finger. Like I said, they're so creamy. I really do feel like I could do a lot with my finger, and then I have my brushes on standby in case I need them. I'm probably gonna need the brushes, but anyway, I'm gonna dip into this shade Good Game. Okay, ooh, see, it's like a beautiful like lilac purple. Even though the packaging is pink, it's a little confusing, but it's definitely more purpley than pink. A very unique shade. And I am just going to pop that on the lid. Goes on so nice and creamy. I have not used these as eyeshadow before, only as eyeliner, and wow, that dried down so quickly. Okay, maybe I ought to use a brush then. Okay, we're switching to a brush. This is the Glisten Cosmetics F2 brush. Just a nice, really wide, flat brush because I'm just trying to get some product down. And if I need to finesse the shape with a Q-tip or a smaller brush afterwards, I will do that. I do feel like this is gonna be a nice eyeshadow though, because like I said, it dried down quickly. Maybe not the best for like blendy looks. Like clearly I'm not going for a blendy look, I'm going for a graphic look, but definitely good for graphic looks so far. And just taking it up a little bit further to the crease. Now for our graphic shape. This is not the only eyeshadow step I'm gonna do. I also have a gorgeous purple sparkly liquid eyeshadow from Hard Candy that I'm gonna put over this. I think it's gonna look so nice. But let me be careful not to layer this up too much because I feel like it's starting to look a little dry. Alright, as is tradition, I'm now gonna take a Q-tip with some micellar water on it just to sharpen up these lines. And I'm not gonna lie to you, we're feeling a little stiff. with this product all over the lid. I think because the dry down is like so quick, I'm just like, oh, it's feeling a little heavy. I'm trying to think of how I can remedy this while still staying in my drugstore thing, because of course I could add Durline, but that is not drugstore. So instead I'm gonna take my NYX Bear With Me setting spray. It's a set and refresh mist, so it's not necessarily meant to set, it's also meant to refresh. Wow, that was redundant. But anyway, I'm gonna spray this a couple times just to see if I can add a little moisture, because this does have like nice hydrating ingredients in it, like aloe, so let's see if it works. Oh, that feels a lot better already. Oh, just gave my eyelid a nice drink of water. Wow, okay, that feels wonderful. Great, so now let me do the other eye with the e.l.f. Eye Win eyeliner pot, and then we'll move on to the liquid eyeshadow. All right, next up in our drugstore graphic purple eye look, I'm going to go in with the Hard Candy liquid eyeshadow in the shade, it doesn't say the shade name on the packaging. Here is the name of the shade. I think it's like crystal or amethyst or something beautiful like that, but it's such a gorgeous purple shade. I've worn this over a purple like powder eyeshadow before. I did it on an Instagram live a long time ago, and I remember really liking it, but I've never tried it over a base like this. Obviously, I've never even put this base on my eyes before, but Hard Candy is a brand that you can get at Walmart, so that's awesome. I'm pretty sure these are like maybe $4 or $5. A very affordable liquid eyeshadow, and we all know I am in my liquid eyeshadow era right now, and can you blame me? Because look at the sparkle. It's just really pretty. Let me zoom you in so you can see it better. I'm thinking that I'm gonna cover most of the lid, but maybe just leave the tail end blank. I do really like the applicator on these Hard Candy liquid eyeshadows. I will say a lot of times, sometimes cheaper liquid eyeshadows can come with like not the best applicators, but I think this one is a good size. I like that it's a little smaller so you can like turn it to the side and really get into the crevices. Like I used it to get into my inner corner here, and it made it nice and easy. So I'm a big fan of this, and I'm not gonna layer it up too much because it really doesn't need it. It's already really pretty and sparkly. And also, like I mentioned before, my eyes were feeling a little heavy with this e.l.f. eyeliner base, so I'm really not trying to add too many layers. It's just so pretty. I will say, like, I'll swatch this for you on my hand so you can see what it looks like without a purple base. It's still pretty, but it's super, super sheer, which you wouldn't think from like looking at it in the tube. And I think if you like swatched it and built it up more, you could get it to be more opaque like this. But I kind of like that it's pretty sheer because I feel like the color can change on what it's over. Like over nothing, it's just kind of like a little iridescent-y purple, but then over my purple base, it's like really purple and sparkly and beautiful, and I like it a whole lot. Oh, I'm so tempted to add one more layer. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Just a little bit in the center. Yes, I love it. Okay, so now for a brow bone highlight, I'm going to use this Lottie London liquid eyeshadow, which, did you know Lottie London is carried at Walmart now, which is so freaking cool. I always thought this was exclusively a UK-based brand, and now here they are in the US. They're also at Ulta, but this is a drugstore video, and Walmart is a drugstore. So this is the Lottie Eye Foil Metallic Eyeshadow Topper, and it's in the shade Feels Perfect. So I've used this one before, so I know that it's a very sheer formula, so I can get away with putting this on the brow bone. And this product is honestly kind of a dupe for the Fenty Diamond Balm. I'm saying kind of because, you know, I don't think it's quite as sparkly as the Fenty Diamond Balm, but it definitely gives the same vibe, where it's not like a super, like, I don't know, I kind of disagree with metallic for this particular shade, but it's a very like mirrored, sparkly sort of business, which the Fenty Diamond Balm also gives you. I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of products in my collection that could be dupes, or at least close dupes for the Fenty Diamond Balm. Like my ColourPop Jelly Much Shadow and this shade Mojave Moves is also kind of a dupe for it. I feel like the Fenty Diamond Balm is kind of easy to dupe out, which I wish I knew when I spent $40 on it back in 2018 and I had no money. But hey, what can you do? You live and you learn, and you move on to see another day. I just wish the glitter was a little bit less sporadic. Like I feel like I have a little bit of a patchiness here that I now need to go fill in. Why are you avoiding that one patch of my eyebrow? There we go. Using my fingers seemed to help. Maybe I was relying too much on the applicator for this one. All right, very pretty, looking very mirrored and sparkly. Now we can move on to the bottom lash line liner. And these also look really nice on the lower lash line, the e.l.f. Eye Win eyeliner pots, but I kind of want to do something different because I already showed you one way to use that. So I think I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Vivid. These are such a good drugstore eyeliner. Oh my gosh, somebody asked me the other day what my favorite affordable gel liner was, and it's these. I don't know, are these even gel? I don't know if they're gel, but it's definitely my favorite drugstore pencil liner because they are so creamy. They just glide on effortlessly, and they actually stick to my waterline, which is not an easy feat for a pencil liner. I have like very watery eyes. It's my biggest allergy symptom is watery eyes, and a lot of times pencil liners will just not stick to my lash line at all. And this shade of purple is a little deeper than the one on my eyelid. The e.l.f. I Win Good Game is the name of that shade. Vivid's definitely a little bit deeper, but I don't mind it because it's given a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of contrast in my purples. All right, I'm almost done with eyes. I know I always spend the most time on eyes, but I think you guys expect that from me at this point. I'm an eyes gal. I love to spend all my time on the eyes, but all this to say, I have some rhinestones I want to put on. These are also from the e.l.f. Game Up collection, which I think is so cool that e.l.f. has come out with some gemstones. I will say I don't love the big hearts. I think they're a little too bulky, so I'm not going to use those today. I just think it's a little too hard to tell it's a heart on your eye. Like, I don't know, I feel like the middle of the heart needs to be a little more indented, but these gems are beautiful. They're holographic. They're honestly pretty much a dupe for the Half Magic ones, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, they pull pretty purple on the eyes, so that's why I feel like they look really cute here. And they're also pre-sticky. They're like already adhesive, so you don't need to apply them with lash glue. But I will say, if you're ever trying to reuse rhinestones, because you're not trying to be constantly buying rhinestones when you go through them as quickly as I do, you can use lash glue to re-adhere them. Just brush it on, you know, use a clear one, let it get tacky just like you would with your fake lashes, and then put it on. But with these, like I said, already adhesive the first time you use them, so you can just pop them on. They're good size too, not too big, not too small. And even if you feel like your placement's off, you do have like a little bit of a moment before they dry down, so like I don't love where I placed that one, so I'm just gonna pick it up. Oops, got stuck to my tweezers. Not gonna lie, I lost that one to the floor. Not even gonna try to pick that one up or find where that one fell, but I'm just gonna place this a little more in the center, kind of like a little above. I like to do like triangles when I do my gemstones. There we go, so pretty. Oh, they're so twinkly. Just look at how they catch the light. Really good gemstones. All right, and just like that, we're done with our eyes. I think they look so cute. I'm feeling very Y2K, like early 2000s pop star right now, and I love that for me. So let me take out my little fake nose ring. If you're new here, surprise, it's not real. Don't actually have my septum pierced. Maybe someday though, I don't know, that could be fun. Anyway, not what this video is about. We are here today to show you my drugstore base makeup routine, which is pretty much just my regular makeup routine. My favorite foundation of the summer is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I have the shade Fair, which is not the perfect shade for me. Honestly, I should have gotten Porcelain. That has more of a cool undertone. This one claimed to have neutral undertones, but pulls a little warm on me because I'm very cool. Not in a conventional sense, just in the undertone sense. But yeah, so I like to apply this with my fingers, and honestly, the sunscreen I'm using right now has such a horrible white cast. I don't know if you noticed that in the beginning of the video, that I feel like this is just kind of gonna correct it a little bit for me. And it's not the most high coverage or anything, but I just think it's a really beautiful finish. And my favorite thing about this Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator is that it will not break apart on your face throughout the day, no matter how sweaty you get, no matter how much you touch your face and you move your mouth a lot when you talk like I do. It doesn't break apart. It doesn't get cakey. It doesn't gather in your fine lines. And I think that has to do with the ingredients in it, because it does have both hyaluronic acid and squalane in it, which are nice hydrating ingredients. I think those are really the magic ingredients here, and I really, really like this. I can see myself using this well into the fall because it's a good evening out skin tint that does more than just like a tint. You know how some certain skin tints you're like, why did I even pay for this? Because it's not doing anything. This at least does a little something, and you can build it up. So I just put a little bit more on my hand, and I'm gonna focus it on the redness on my cheeks. That's where I tend to get the most red. And see, I feel like you can build it up a little bit to get a good amount of coverage. But honestly, even on days where I'm having like, you know, a lot of breakouts and whatnot, I'll still use this as a foundation, and I'll just wear more concealer to cover up those blemishes, just because I feel like it's good for my blemishes, you know, because it's so hydrating. Ugh, I could just rant and rave about this product all day, and it's like $5, which is amazing. It's so funny, and by funny, I mean not funny for my wallet at all, that I both got the Jones Road What the Foundation for $44 this summer, and this $4 Wet n Wild foundation, and which one do you think I'm using more? Surprise, it's the Wet n Wild one. So yeah, wish I could get my money back on the Jones Road one. No, the Jones Road one isn't bad. It's just like a lot of hassle. Anyway, not what this video is about either. Okay, let's move on to concealer. For concealer, I like to use a combination of two different products. The first one being the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I have the shade Light, and my only complaint about this product is that I wish you could take like half a pump. You can either take like an eighth of a pump or a full pump, and a full pump is way too much for me. So I'm gonna take this little teeny tiny baby pump, but I might have to go in with another one. But what I love about this product is just how hydrating it feels, and much like the Wet n Wild foundation, this one just like really melts into the skin and never looks cakey, like ever. And I'm not gonna put too much of it on because like I said, I do have another product to go in with, and I'll be quite frank with you, I don't have a lot to cover up on my under eyes. I'm very grateful. My under eyes don't have a ton of blue, just a little bit, but what I do like to do with my concealer is brighten. So with the next product I'm gonna show you, which is an old classic, it's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I have the corrector shade, which is shade 160, and it's a pink concealer. Do you guys remember on TikTok a few months ago, I made a video about it. Everyone on TikTok was trying this pink concealer hack to brighten your under eyes, and I will say I've stuck to it. Most of my TikTok hacks that I try just for a YouTube video, and then I kind of forget about them, but this pink concealer hack really works for me. I think especially because I have cool undertones, so since my natural undertone is kind of pink anyways, this pink concealer just makes my eyes look super bright. And yeah, so I'll just take a little bit in the center and then blot it out with my finger here. I do have a concealer brush, but I don't know, there's just something about applying concealer with the fingers that I think just makes it look even more melted into the skin. Like you can't see the line where the concealer stops and the foundation starts, and I just like it. Yeah, so that's my concealing routine. If I have blemishes I want to cover up, which do I have any right now? I don't know. Sometimes I can look washed out on screen. Let me look with my little one. Oh wow. Sorry to humble brag on you, but I don't really have any terrible breakouts I want to cover up right now. But if I were going to, I would use this because, like I said, very hydrating, very nourishing. It doesn't draw attention to the breakouts, whereas certain concealers, you know, they dry down and you can see like the dry patches around the breakout. This one does not. In fact, I think they look better afterwards. So anyways, now we can move on to bronzing. And I'm gonna use my favorite bronzer, not even just my favorite drugstore bronzer, it's my favorite bronzer of all time. It's the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I actually got this last July, maybe it was last August, but either way, it's a year old. I should maybe get a new one. I don't know, it looks fine. I'm just surprised that I haven't hit pan on this. I truly use this almost every day. There was a little while there where I was going in with a powder bronzer, but I've used this most of the year. I'm sorry, none of this is interesting, but I'm just really surprised that I haven't hit pan on this yet, because look how I go in with my brush. I really get in there with my brush. Not that you need to use a lot, but I'm still going in there with my brush regardless. This is a Shop Miss A flat top kabuki brush, by the way, a little $1 brush for you. Love this guy. And I love this bronzer because it's so sheer. Like, you know, it's not, some bronzers add like pigmentation to your cheeks, like they go in with just like a bronze swipe, and then as you blend them out, like they're also adding coverage, whereas this one is like truly sheer. Like I can still see my freckles popping through the bronze, which I personally really like. You know, if you want more coverage, you can always just get more coverage with your foundation, but the bronzer itself is not covering anything up, which I personally like. It's very balmy, like they call it a putty bronzer, but I would call it more of a bronzer balm because it really is very balmy, and it just applies so effortlessly. You can build it up to be a stronger bronze. I personally don't think I look great in a ton of bronzer. I don't know, I think just because of my cool undertones, it doesn't always look great when I wear a ton of bronzer, so this is great for me to just like get a hint of bronzer. And she's sculpted too. Look at this. What is that, a cheekbone? Never heard of her, but yeah, I just really like this bronzer. The shade I have, by the way, if you also have cool undertones and fair skin like me, is the shade Tan Lines. Okay, and that's enough for that for bronzer. Like I said, I don't like to use a lot, so now we're gonna go in with blush, and I have a new blush to try today. Oh, I'm so excited. This was such a good find at Marshall's yesterday for me. You guys, I found one of the Flower Beauty blush bombs. I remember when these first came out, everyone was so excited because they were saying they were a dupe for the Glossier Cloud Paints, which I don't have one anymore, but I used to really like my Glossier Cloud Paints. I just hated the packaging that they came in. Oh my gosh, it was impossible to deposit the right amount. So hopefully I can take a smaller amount with these. I have the shade Bubbly, which looks like it's gonna be like a nice cool tone Barbie pink. Oh, I'm so excited. I wonder how pigmented they'll be. Look at this beautiful applicator. How satisfying. Should we get the satisfying first squirt out when you can like see it coming through the clear? I don't know, that's very satisfying for me to see. So let's see. Oh, should I have shaken it up first? Oh, here it comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. There it is. Look at that beautiful little pink. Looking kind of pastel. I'm a little like, ooh, is that is it gonna show up? Let's see. I'm gonna start with a small amount. Ooh, okay. A nice, very like cloud-like consistency. Okay, I don't think this is gonna be as pigmented as I thought, but let me still tread lightly. I'm gonna do a couple of little dots here, and then I guess I'll go in with my brush just to see how that blends out. I feel like the brush is gonna absorb a lot of the product, but let me not make judgments and let me just go and blend out. Okay. She's showing up. It did absorb some of the product. I feel like on camera it's like really looking washed out, but I can definitely see it showing up a little bit here. Now I'm just gonna dip right into the back of my hand with my brush and see what that looks like on this side. Okay, so she's subtle. This seems like it's gonna be a buildable blush. At least I hope it's gonna be buildable, because if you know me, you know that I like more than a subtle blush. I like a very evident blush. I just love looking blushed. I think it looks so cute on my little apple cheeks. You can also probably get more pigmentation with your fingers. Let me try that now. Okay, just taking a little bit on my finger because I'm trying to see what it looks like applied with a finger. I'm not always a huge fan of applying blush with my fingers because I feel like my fingers are not a good shape for applying blush. But okay, that definitely gave some more pigment there. Not what I'm gonna do going forward. I'm going back in with the brush, but I do appreciate that, you know, and I want to show it to those of you who like applying blush with your fingers. If you like applying blush with your fingers, can you just tell me how? Because I don't know, like I said, I feel like when I start to go in with my fingers for too long, it travels, and then it somehow ends up like at the bottom of my finger, and then it's like completely over my bronzer and below my bronzer, and I just feel like it doesn't look great. So I am a bigger fan of the brush when it comes to blush. Ooh, it's definitely adding some dew to the face, which I'm a big fan of. I've also been putting a little on the chin lately. I don't know, I feel like that's the sun hits the chin, you know, sometimes you get a little color on your chin, so why not? This is a very pretty blush. I like this a lot. This is a good replacement also for that milk blush that I just decluttered. If you saw my last decluttering video, I finally got rid of my Milk Bionic liquid blush. I had such high hopes for that liquid blush, and the oil was just always separating, so I'm really happy to see that this is like not all separated and anything, and it's just a really nice formula. And it doesn't feel like super dewy oily when you just touch it. Like, it does feel like it's dried down a bit, but it is giving just a gorgeous glow to the skin. There's no shimmer in this shade at all. Yeah, it's really pretty. I'd definitely be interested in trying other shades of these. Let me know if you've tried this before. Okay, and I was looking through my collection and I actually don't own a drugstore highlight. Although I'll be honest with you, I've decluttered a lot of my highlights over the last couple years. I've just become much more of a fan of glowy blushes, glowy foundations, products that give you this like glow from within rather than just like a stripe of highlighter. And I tend to use more of my highlighters as like eyeshadow toppers nowadays, like my Odin's Eye highlighters, the colorful ones. I love putting those over my eyeshadow, but not so much on the cheeks on the day-to-day. So we don't have a drugstore highlighter, but it's okay. I'm gonna go put some mascara on real quick. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Sky High mascara in the shade Cosmic Black. I do not recommend the shade Cosmic Black because I find that it smudges more than the regular shade Blackest Black, but it is really cute packaging, and I have been had by this multiple times because I just like the cute packaging. Anyway, just get the one in the pink packaging. I don't know why this one smudges more, but it does. Anyway, I will be finishing it, so I'm gonna put it on my eyes. All right, I'm all lashed up and ready for a lip, and I was looking through my drugstore lip products, and I'll be honest, I don't have a ton of them. I didn't have a ton, but I do have the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Moon, which is definitely more of a nude, which I'm not really feeling right now, so I don't think we're gonna do that. I also have a NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Sorbet, which I think would be gorgeous with this. Although, can I be honest with you guys? I've had this for like over 2 years. I really don't know if I should use it. It smells fine. Like, it definitely smells fine, but I don't know. I'm like putting something on my lips that's expired, especially a gloss, which I tend to accidentally eat a lot of my gloss. I'm just not sure. It says it's good for 18 months, and it's been more than that. I just don't feel great about it. I just don't feel great about it. And then I have an e.l.f. lip balm. Sorry, I think it's called the Hydrating Core. It's got a little heart in the middle. Lip balm in the shade Delightful, which is more of a cool tone purple, which I don't know. I already know which one I'm gonna use. I don't know why I'm even pretending to be deciding. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lip Balm. I think it's supposed to be like a tinted lip balm in the shade Dragonfruit. I got this from TJ Maxx like earlier in the summer. It's really pretty. It's a lot more pigmented than I would consider like your classic tinted lip balm. Like, I'm gonna put it on and you're gonna be like, whoa, that's a tinted lip balm, and like, I know, but it's a beautiful color. I was wearing a little bit of it at the beginning of this video. I was wearing like some lip gloss and then I put just a little bit over, which is how I like to wear this most of the time. Like I'll just put a little on over an actual like clear lip balm, but it is also really pretty when you build it up. Very versatile product. You can really make it as pigmented as you want it to be. And I just think purple and red is like a really fun combo, especially since this is like a pinky red, so I feel like it all kind of ties together with the blush and everything. You know what? Now that the look is done, I think I'm gonna switch my earrings. I love these earrings. These are from Folksy Love. So cute. But I feel like with this purple and red combo going on, I have to tie it together with my Shop QK cherries. These are a discontinued pair, so sadly you can't buy these on their website anymore. Okay, should I take the headband off? Should I put in some butterfly clips? What do we think? I think I'll do some butterfly clips. We're gonna do red and purple butterfly clips to really tie this whole thing together. I don't normally show this part on camera, but I thought it could be fun to show how I pull my looks together. I'm gonna do every other, so I'm gonna do purple, red, purple, red. Ooh, okay, I'm feeling myself now. Adjust my lighting settings a little bit so you can really appreciate the look. What do we think? Purple and red, that's the combo, man. That's a good combo. Is my shirt purple and red too? Okay, no, it's more of a pink and red, but I got my Virgo shirt on. This is a very Virgo look, if you ask me. Why is it a very Virgo look, you ask me? Because I am a Virgo. So if a Virgo is wearing the look, it's a Virgo look. I don't know. I don't really know why it's a Virgo look, but I think it's so pretty. All of these products are drugstore, except for my eyebrows. I don't have a drugstore brow pencil that I really like. I will say I do like the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I haven't bought it in a long time because my only gripe with it is that you run through it really quick. Like I was buying one every 2 weeks and that's just like ridiculous. So I am wearing the ColourPop Clear Brow Wax and the About Face Brow Pencil. But yeah, here's the rest of its drugstore. I hope you like the makeup look. I feel so glowy. I feel so cute. Let me know if you like this look and if you have any more video ideas for me. I was reading through your comments and everything on my community post. I know you guys want to see early 2000s videos, Y2K videos, and I do too. I have a big long list of like brainstorming ideas about Y2K and early 2000s videos, so I'm so excited to bring those to fruition for you. But I thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Check out my description box for all of the makeup details on my face today. Also in my description box, I'll have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources, resources to support the Asian American community, resources to support the LGBTQ plus community, and resources to support Ukraine. So please check out those links if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!